Okay, hi, this is Mr. Hessel. I'm here on my Chromebook, and I wanted to show you a few things about your Chromebook. So when you sign in, this should look like your desktop. It's not going to show your apps right away. If you wanted to see what apps are on your Chromebook, you can go to the bottom left here, click the O, and then you can search for apps. You can search the web in the search bar, but you can see my blinky arrow telling me to click that to see the rest of my apps. There's the first set, and then there's the second set. Of course, the screen itself is a touch screen, so you can also swipe with your finger on the touch screen to make that work. That should work for you. And let's see, is there anything else in here? Nope, I think that's it. Now, let me go back, get out of here, goodbye. Now at the bottom right here, you have things like your notifications. It's telling me that I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, I know. That's me making a video. Then we have, if you want to sign out of your Chromebook, you click sign out. If you want to shut it off, you can hit the power button. You can lock your Chromebook and you can do your settings. This is also where you sign into Wi-Fi, you turn on Bluetooth and you keep it on. You can also turn on notifications or off notifications. And then the night light, you can click that to change the color. If you're working at night and it's dark and you don't want to strain your eyes, use the night light. That's good. You can change the volume here and also change the brightness. And it also tells you how much battery life you have left. I'm at 60%, so I should be good. Then it also gives you the date and the time, which is nice. Now, let me go to settings. So I wanted to show you some settings. There's not a lot here. I mean, you can kind of mess with it on your own to kind of click around. But there was one thing in particular I wanted to show you. First of all, some navigation tips. I'm using the trackpad with one finger to move the mouse pointer around. If you use two fingers together, you can scroll up and down. If you tap the trackpad, that'll be a click. But if you tap with two fingers at once, that is a right click. So it brings up context menus and what have you. So that's helpful. Now, one thing I wanted to show you in the settings, if you go to advanced and go all the way down to printing, then you can add a printer. I added a printer for myself, but that's if you had a printer at home that you wanted to use, you can use that printer and add it there. I don't think there was anything else in particular in settings I wanted to show you. If you wanted to join your home network, that's where you would do it. But there you go. So there's the settings. Now, if we go into the Chrome browser, a lot of things that happen on a Chromebook are based in the browser. Now, one thing I did want to show you is if you wanted to change your password, you go to the upper right and you'll see your initials there. Or if you changed your initials to a picture, like I use a Memoji, you can click that and go to manage your Google account. It says this account is managed by rvcschools.org. It's a school device. So it brings you here. There I am, Thomas Hessel. Hi, how you doing? Then if you go down to security over here on the left, and then scroll security downward, it says signing into Google and password, where you change your password. That should be where you change your RVC Schools password, because all of your stuff, your school email, your Google Classroom, everything is run off of Google Classroom, like Google for Education. And that should be where your password is. I know that Mr. Murphy is sending out information tonight about changing your password. If he says otherwise, go with what he says. He's the principal. But I'm 99% sure this is how you do it. So there you go. Now, all right, and then you could use Chrome for all web-based stuff, but I wanted to show you some of the apps. So I'm going to minimize Chrome, and then I'm going to click on my O and my up arrow. Ta-da, here are my apps. Now, some of these guys you'll see that say, oh, did they get rid of? No, yeah. There's like some of them that are like, that have a little like Google Drive link to them, and they're just kind of like a rectangle. Like this Google Classroom right here, that's just a link that brings you back to Chrome. So that's nothing, I mean, like it'll work, but it's nothing special. It's just basically opening up Google Classroom in Chrome. I can show you something better. So if we go back to our apps, and instead of using that Google Classroom, use the one that's in a white circle. Come back, apps. And there it is, Google Classroom. It doesn't even say Google Classroom, it just says Classroom. Well, that's the one that you want. So click on that Google Classroom. You can see you have other apps like Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Calculator. So there's other apps here. You can kind of click around. One of them I want to look at last is Genius Scan. But if we click on Google Classroom, now this is the Google Classroom that you would be using for all of your stuff. If you click on, like for instance, I'll click on physics, and then of course not following the stream but following classwork. And if I scroll, like assignment, you have a lab due tomorrow. What? And it shows people's names. I don't want that. Good for you guys for handing in your work. But yeah, I didn't want to blow up my current students because the number of people are going to be seeing that. But hold on, let me go back to that. All right. Let's see. There's something that you guys haven't handed in yet. I'm not going to open up the test. Let's see. Yeah, I can't find anything, but basically if you open up an assignment and click on the PDF, the Google Classroom will allow you to write on that PDF. You don't need something like Kami or any other third-party app or add-on or extension in order to write on it, so long as you use the Google Classroom in the white circle. That's an actual Android app. That is not a web app that's based in Chrome. I know that's kind of wonky, but just use the one in the white circle. Do that. All right. One other thing I wanted to tell you. I know this video is very long. I apologize. If we go to the apps on your, I want to say iPad. It's not an iPad. It's a Chromebook. On your Chromebook, you should see an orange circle that says Genius Scan. And so Genius Scan is a great scanning app that you can take pictures of documents, it'll capture those documents, and then you can email those documents to yourself. So if you click on the camera, now the camera right now, am I on? There I am. Hi. So that's actually the camera that's right above your keyboard. If you actually fold your Chromebook over so that it's more like a tablet, it'll change the camera. And now it's an outward facing camera. And you can take pictures of documents. Like here's and we'll try and capture that. We'll try and capture it. There. So like an orange rectangle shows up, and then it'll automatically capture it, or you can press that orange circle in order to capture the image, and then you can use that as a scanning app. Bring this back. All right, and I will close Genius Scan, and I will use 2 fingers to tap and close Genius Scan. And you could use Genius Scan to email that document. It'll save it as a PDF, and you can email that to yourself and do that instead of like taking pictures of all of your documents and uploading pictures image by image. That's kind of annoying. Annoying for you and annoying for us, to be honest. Okay, so that brings us back to here, to Chrome. I don't know why my Chrome looks kind of weird, but that's that. So I hope that was useful. Also, take a look at the information that Ms. Collin posted. And if you still need help, reach out. I have a little bit of familiarity with the Chromebook. I might be able to help you. And yeah, thanks for listening. Bye.